Are we good? Perfect. Okay, hi everybody, welcome. My name is Patti Whiteye. I'm here with Aaron Henley and we are hosting, oh, and Robin Brown is here. Robin, I saw you just popped in. I'm so glad you're here. We're hosting the Global Business Social. We do this every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. And this is a chance for us to come together and share stories about how Monat has affected our lives and changed our lives, and how it has just really, I don't know, enriched our lives in so many different ways. And I'm so excited that tonight Aaron is going to share his story. I'm going to share a really very condensed version of mine. And if you are a guest, we are having a draw. So we are drawing for 2 prizes tonight. We have a makeup vanishing balm and we have a berry scrub. And what I need you to do is put your first and last name in the chat. So if you want to find the chat on your phone, if you just tap your screen, you'll notice it'll come up. You can click on your chat. And if you're on your computer, it's at the bottom. Just move your cursor and you'll see a bunch of things come up at the bottom, and just click on chat and you can put your first and last name in. And if you are watching the replay, we really we appreciate you too for watching the replay. And I'm going to turn it over to Aaron right now. Aaron is a senior executive director. He's been with Monat since the beginning. Hey, Aaron, you guys were, Roxy started at the very beginning, and he has a very special story to share, and he's one of my mentors, and honestly, just so appreciative of all of the wisdom he has and all the help that he's helped with me and my whole team and everybody else who's on here. So I'm going to let him take it away.
Thanks, Patty. So first off, I got to say it's a special night for everybody in Monat. And so I know some of you are guests, but I just want to reach out to let you know that this is a long time coming. Monat is able to host an event where people earned a trip and they got to go, and they're all starting. They'll all be there starting tomorrow in Vegas. And we do Vegas in Monat for the last several years. I think I've been at least 4, maybe however many times they did it, 4 or 5 times. I don't know what it is, but it's always a really amazing thing that's brought on by Monat. And so it's exciting that we're able to start doing that again. And, you know, I think there was like 7,500 people who earned the trip to Vegas. So it's pretty amazing that in these times that we have, that we're able to continue to do that. And it really is something that's been just an amazing experience for me and my family and everybody that I've known here. So I'll just set the clock back to how did I actually get started in this, and how did me and my wife get started in this. It really comes back to I was in a situation where I was in a company and a technology for about 30 years and a company for about 21 years. And it was at least 21 years. And, you know, it was one of those things where the company's culture and the, you know, corporations really, at the end of the day, care about corporations, unless you've got an exceptional manager that cares about people more than not. And it really became obvious after I had been firing people in my company for like 10 years, which is what I had to do for 10 years. Every 6 months, came down to every quarter, where you're just having to say goodbye to people. And it's became a very much part of the way we do work, you know. And hi, Farron, thanks for joining too. So with that, it became my turn. I became fired. We had 7 kids. 3, I think, were in college at the time. Roxy was a stay-at-home mom, and it really put us in a very terrible financial situation. I was a senior person in a company, and those jobs are kind of hard to find, especially in Chicago, where technology isn't what it used to be. Back in the day, there were lots of jobs. So it was kind of hard to find. So I started looking for jobs. We ended up in a really bad financial situation. Our home went into foreclosure. Lots of bad stuff happens when you lose your job and you've, got a lot of expenses, And so after a while, I found what I think was the perfect job for our family. Well, the perfect job for my career, pretty terrible situation for my family. We ended up with a job in Canada. I'm from Chicago, and now I found the perfect job in Canada. But that ended up causing us to have two households. We ended up about 500 miles apart, driving back and forth all the time. I put in about 2,000 miles a month trying to live our lives, and it was really not what you decide would be the best version of your life. I tell people this all the time. What is the best version of your life? Think about it. Do you think you're living the best version of your life? And think this through as you go forward. So as I tell you a little bit more about my story. So Roxy was in a situation where she wanted to start working again and starting adding financial value to the family. And she didn't want to just get like any job that makes minimum wage or anything like that. She wanted something that's flexible for our family. The time was there, and it really had the opportunity to maybe really help out. But fundamentally, she just wanted to pay a bill. So she was looking at different things and tried different network marketing companies. And she saw this ad. It was a pre-startup. There were no web page. There's no products. And so pre-launch, she basically signed up with Monat on a whim. She spent, I think, our last $400 because we were still in financial straits and two holes with two households and all of this. And she told me about it, and she described the company to me. She described the products. She described the culture. And I said, I think you did the right thing. And even though it was going to be tough for us to start, she did the right thing. And then she just started working. She could work from anywhere. She could work from Canada. She could work from Illinois. She could work in a hotel in between, or in the car while I was driving. And it really became something super flexible for us. And it really made the difference. And so the thing that always struck me was how much people loved the products. You could just see they tried the products, and many times after one wash, they went, oh my gosh. And so you knew there was something special here. And people wash their hair every day. You don't have to teach them how to wash their hair. So it became something that became very natural to talk to people about because they just did it every day anyways. And now it was this amazing product that lasted for like way longer than normal products because it didn't contain mostly water. It contained mostly product that helped extend the life, and you had to just use a little bit. Anyway, so then we met. We were in Chicago, and we met a couple people in the company, and it was one of those things where you just realized, I go back to the corporate world that I was in, where I'm just a name. Even though I've been there for 21 years, I'm one of the top guys in the company. You're just a name. And your name actually became your dollar sign, how much it costs to keep you on board. And that's what it was like. But then I met Senior Louise. I met the CEO, the president of the company, Ray Ernadetta, and the Ernadetta family. And those guys started this company with one thing in mind. Senior Louise he did his own business and built his own fortune by walking the earth, knocking on doors with Tupperware. And he became like the #1 salesman in Venezuela for Tupperware. And it was something that, that's hard work. People don't use Tupperware every day and need to buy it tomorrow. He had to find new customers every time. With Monat, it's telling people that they have to wash their hair, which they're going to do anyway. So it really was a different model. But he said, I want to change people's lives. I want people to experience what I experienced, where I can actually change the outcome of somebody's lives. I can make them go from financial distress to just okay, or amazing, or building a palatial estate on an oceanfront property. You name it, it's possible. And so he set out with that and asked people to come along and dream bigger with him. And so it really kind of became part of the culture early on, where not only are we, it's so not corporate world, but not only are we trying to help ourselves, we're trying to help our customers, we're trying to help our other market partners, we're trying to help sideline brothers and sisters, because we know that if we help them, everybody succeeds. And it's a culture of really caring and sharing. And I wore my gratitude hat today because it's also about giving back. And it was just an amazing thing that I just met this family that was everything I was missing in the corporate world when I found that. Now, I will say the corporate world in Canada, I met some people that were really amazing, and I wished I worked with them my whole life. But then I've got Monat, and I am working with them the rest of my life. I'm in. This is what's going to happen. And so Roxy rose to the top of the comp plan. She became senior executive director. I continued to work my executive level engineering job. And what we realized, we were living a super complicated life, even after she doubled my income. She doubled the income I was making as an executive. And I'm telling you, it was a big number that I was making, guys. And this is not the norm, but she worked super hard. It's not free money, it's real work. But it's real work that if you put the time in, you did the job, then, and it's just doing the simple things that you learn every day. And if you do that, then you can make a change in your life. You can actually get paid for the effort you put in. Whereas I remember people working for me, and I was a pretty good manager, and I made people work super hard just by whatever, inspiring them or whatever. And they work crazy hours. And the guy who worked all those crazy hours gets like a 1% increase over the guy who was the 9 to 5er that, didn't really put the job in. And here in Monat, you really can get paid for that extra effort that you put in. And it can happen someday for everybody. It doesn't matter when you start. And so what happened was we were living this life where it was super complicated, traveling, had family in Chicago, we're traveling, we built our dream home in Canada, and it's not the life we wanted to live still. So about 3 years ago at this stage, Roxy retired me. She said, you know what, this is too complicated. You go in and tell them you're going to work from Chicago, or we're going to list our house, and when it sells, we're going to quit. And we're going to, my new job is going to be something completely different. And so what happened is I ended up selling the house. We came back, moved back to Illinois, bought a pretty nice house. Not our dream home, but it was a really nice house. And it was nice to be back in Chicagoland with all my kids and grandkids. And my full-time job became doing nothing but loving on my wife and my grandkids. And I say my kids, but that's not true because they had their day. So it's all about the grandkids and Roxy. And that's what I spent my days doing. And I helped her in the business, and I learned everything you need to know about the back office. And I tried to recruit people. And the bald guy does a fair job for a bald guy, but it's not as easy for me. Sorry. And I am trying to regrow some of my hair. One more shot. Now that we've got collagen and all kinds of good stuff. So I'm using every product we can, and I'm going to see what happens. And there's progress under here. I got to be honest with you. There's more here than there was 3 months ago, but I'm not done yet. So I'm going to keep it under wraps. I'm sure it's never going to look like Farron's over there. He's got a pretty good head of hair. Anyways, so with that, that became my full-time job, and I was doing everything to support Roxy. And then I had no idea how important it was to me, because after about 2 years of it, Roxy passed away. I tell this story enough that I shouldn't get so broke up, but sometimes it really matters. And it was such an amazing gift that Monat gave me, that it really made an impact. And I knew that there was never a moment that I wouldn't carry on this legacy of hers. I wouldn't try to see if I can continue to change other people's lives. It's so much more important to me to do this than just develop a new app for an iPhone or something like that. I had opportunities to go back into the tech field, and I said, or even do a tech startup with my previous boss. He offered to seed fund me with $1 million to do his tech startup. And I said, this is way more fulfilling. It's way more important. It changed my life. It changed everything about my life. It changed how I spent the last 2 years with my wife. It changed how I actually interact with people. I care so much about the success of other people that all I want for you guys is something amazing. And I really do these talks because it's been so important for me to let you know and get this message out there that you've got a life in front of you. I don't know what your situation is, but somewhere in there, COVID's been really hard for people financially, uh, reaching out to people wise, you name it. And what I want you to think about is at the end of the day, are you living your best life? Do you think you're living the life you expected to live? Are you living the life that you want to say, this is the path for the rest of my life? And if you've got that, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. But if you want to just change it enough so that you can live the best life you possibly can and maybe make a difference in other people's lives and feel what it's like inside, then talk to the market partner that invited you, and maybe they'll have some insight for you. Maybe they'll inspire you in some way, and maybe we can help get you on board and help you guys live your best life. And that's what this is all about. And that's why I do this, and that's why I'm talking to you guys. So I think that's it for me, Patty.
That was awesome, Aaron. Thank you so much. Love it when you share. I mean, I know so much more of your story. It's such a short time frame to tell it, but what a difference that you've made. If people had any idea how many people are on your team, that's the part that's phenomenal. You know, there's something about exponential growth and how many lives have been touched because Roxy said yes to this opportunity. That is the part that is astounding. And I don't even know. I have an idea, but I don't even know. Okay, you guys, I'm just going to give you a really brief little bit about my background and how I got involved in the company. I want to introduce you to my husband, Farron. I talk about him all the time, and he's actually right here. So he's my number one fan, my biggest supporter, extremely smart when it comes to this kind of stuff. But he's the next goal that we have right now is to get him retired. So that's what I'm working on. But I got involved in the business 3 years ago because I saw a before and after picture. And, you know, if you're brand new in the business and we tell you to, you know, show your testimony or share somebody else's, it actually works. Because I saw this picture and it looked like my daughter's hair, and I thought, oh my gosh, if it works that well, I need to try this. And being as frugal as I am, I wanted to save the most amount of money. So I bought a kit to be a market partner, but like literally to save money, not because I was thinking of building this as a business. But you have to know at the time we had just become empty nesters, and Farron and I both had kind of poured ourselves into our kids. We have 3 kids, very proud of them. We've got 2 boys in the military in the States, and our daughter's graduating college in just a few weeks. And so when they left, we were really happy, but at the same time it was like, okay, now what? Now I don't know, what do we do next? I had no hobbies. I had very few friends. I had no social life. It was just the family. And so I started using the products myself, and my hair started to grow. And when I saw my hair started growing and my hair started to be like manageable and I could curl it and I didn't have to wash it every day. I was like, okay, there is something really different about this. And I decided to start building a business. And I actually, from the very beginning, once I made that decision, I was all in. You guys, I was just like, it's just such an incredible company and such an incredible product. And the compensation plan is second to none. And I just decided that this was going to be my plan A to get me out of my previous plan A, which was high school math teacher. So I was able to retire January of this year. I'm 53. I was retired just before I turned 53. If I had worked till my full pension, I would have had to work till 65 because I had a little bit of time off of my career. So 12 years early is pretty good. I'm not too unhappy about that. And we've been on trips. Actually, maybe since the Vegas trip is on right now, maybe Farron wants to tell you a little bit about Cancun. You
Okay.
want to?
Yeah.
I just put him on the spot.
I'll jump right in here. First off, if you're looking for the negative spouse, that's not me. Patty was interested in doing this and I supported her 100%. And quite honestly, once she decided to start doing it as a business and not just the hair products, she started doing well. But as far as trips go, I got to go to Cancun. We've been on lots of vacations before. We've been on lots of trips before. I'm a very good traveler, but I was extremely impressed with when we checked into the hotel. I didn't even have to give them a credit card. The company took care of everything,
Yeah.
and I was flabbergasted because I'd been on business trips myself where there's times I have to cover stuff out of even my own pocket, even though it's for work. So, I mean, it was a great time. The nightlife was great. The reception parties are great. You know, the business lessons that they teach while you're there, the opportunities to work with the local youth and do some charity work when you're out with the company. It's all just amazing. Quite honestly, Patty's qualified for a few more trips that I qualified for. Unfortunately, COVID's kind of put us in a holding pattern. You know, I can't wait for the borders to open and everybody be able to travel because she keeps getting these trips. And I'll tell you what, the friends that you make on those trips and the times that you have, they're just fantastic. So enjoy.
Thanks, hon. Anyway, okay, that's pretty much it for me, you guys. I just want to tell you, if you are thinking that this is something that you would like to, you know, give it a go, there's zero risk. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. If you've never tried the products, you're going to love them. But if you don't like them, you can send them back. And at the very least, you get to be a part of a community that's absolutely incredible. I've met some of my absolute best lifelong friends, literally like this, using like on the internet, social media. And it's just been an incredible experience. And we've got lots of room for you guys. So I want to tell you that's it for me, but if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. But in the meantime, can you put your name in the comments if you haven't done it already? Because Robin's just about ready to do a draw and we've got a couple prizes to draw for. So we need your first and last name. And if you've already put it in there, I know she already has it. So
I'm
what
here.
do you think, Aaron? Okay, perfect. Yeah, if anybody has questions, please drop them in the comments. I think we have everybody.
Did you get Amy?
Yeah, I had her earlier.
Perfect. Thanks.
If I put her in there earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
drawing for
We are drawing for with berry scrub.
Berry Scrub. Yeah. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. This is
Okay. So I have my little wheel of names and I'm going to shuffle. Where's my shuffle? I'm going to shuffle it a couple times. Hate trying to get to the camera on my computer. And I'm going to tap to spin. Amy.
Amy, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, and then
Congratulations, Amy.
the next prize that we're drawing for is a makeup vanishing balm, and this
Okay.
stuff is amazing.
So I'm going to shuffle a couple more times and click to spin. Solange Humby.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations,
congratulations.
you guys. Okay, I want to just wrap this up by telling you that if you were invited here by somebody, get back with them and ask all the questions you have. We didn't talk about products, we didn't talk about the company, not much. I mean, we gave you a little bit, but like if you have specific questions about how to get started and what will be right for you as far as products go and how to get started with your business, then definitely get back with the person who invited you. And we do this every Sunday night. So if you have friends that you think would enjoy this, would get something out of it, then definitely invite them. And I want to say thank you to Aaron and thank you to Robin and thank you to Farron for being here. And you guys have a really nice week. Thank you everybody for taking time out of your Sunday night. Dana, have fun in Vegas. I can't wait to see pictures. Bye, everybody.